It says you're supposed to ask his permission before you take his photo. This doll is haunted. Allegedly.
This is signed by Jeb Bush.
Jeb Bush?
Yeah, this letter is signed by Jeb Bush for the 101st birthday of this doll.
Jeb Bush, known devil worshiper.
This is Robert the doll. Supposedly this doll is alive. People would hear it speaking and giggling. And also something interesting, for this cursed doll, there's a letter for its 101st birthday signed by Jeb Bush. The cursed doll at the East Martello Museum.
Jeb Bush worshiped the devil. So, it claims that you need to ask this doll's permission before you take a photo with it, or else you'll be cursed. So, here's me, and there's our thumbnail. There, I'll smile. And there's our thumbnail. Double cursed. So they actually have a paranormal vacation guide here, guys, that you can come and see several different haunted locations all across Key West, featuring this one as the tour de grace, the #1 of the haunted places here on this island. You can come and see all 5 locations that they have listed, and there's even stuff that you can use as self-guided tours. So if you're here on a budget and want to get spooked, check it out.
Constructed in 1874, St. Augustine Lighthouse is considered one of the most haunted places in all of Florida. Visitors often claim that they hear the voices and footsteps of children, while others have reported to hear mysterious voices and smell cigar smoke, and see a figure known as the Man in Blue. Come to St. Augustine Lighthouse, if you dare. Mwahaha.
So we're inside the Biltmore Hotel, which actually was haunted due to 2 different reasons. Fat Boy Gangster Walsh, whatever. There was a gangster called Fatty Walsh who was actually gunned down here in this very hotel. Many other famous gangsters such as Al Capone and even the British royal family stayed here.
The greatest gangsters of all, the British royal family and FDR.
Yeah?
Another reason why this hotel is considered haunted is during World War II, this place served as a hospital, and many U.S. soldiers lost their lives in this hotel. People hear ghosts. There are many ghost sightings and different noises that people have heard inside the hotel.
Yeah, the first one started actually with Fatty Walsh. That's when the ghost rumors started. But then during the Second World War, when this became a military hospital, they became huge after that, when this went back to being a hotel post-war.
Now it serves as a very luxurious upper scale hotel. So if you want to come in here, you're going to have to sneak in like us or buy a room.
Which is probably out of our budget. This area behind us is actually a fountain, totally accessible to the general public. That just kind of shows a little bit of the luxury of this place. This is the pool area. We would have shown you that, but there's like an elderly cocktail thing going on there. So we did not belong in any way. But yeah, it's a beautiful place. So unfortunately here in this graveyard, Greenwood Cemetery in Orlando, Florida, it's considered a haunted cemetery because children from local hospital who die under the age of 5 all end up here. There's 2 separate sections considered babyland here. And the thing that really gets people, what makes them think that it's actually haunted, is they can sometimes faintly hear crying as they walk by this area, especially at night. So this area is considered haunted because people who walk by here sometimes hear a faint cry, especially in the dark and after the sun sets. The area is dedicated to children 5 and under because there was something that happened in one of the local
There was
hospitals.
nothing that happened. Babies just die. They just die.
Babies just die?
Yes, when babies
Who
die.
does that?
When babies die, they just send them here. There was an event when 2,000 babies died.
Yeah, I thought there was like an event.
When babies die, the hospital
Literally
uses this
nowhere
for...
it uses the fucking, these just unclaimed babies. Where's the abortion section? We're walking to the Devil's Tree. So, in the 1970s, there was a man here in Florida. He would kidnap girls, and generally they would be in their late teens or in their 20s, and he would victimize them. He would sexually assault them and harass them and tie them to these trees, and he would assault them over and over and over, and then he would kill them. 2 of those girls were buried under this tree and then assaulted again and again after having already died. He was arrested for kidnapping 2 other girls, but when they ran away and reported him, they reported him actually to the police station that he worked at because he was a police officer. After being arrested and held for a couple months, he was released. They released him on bail. After that, only a couple months after, he ended up doing the same thing to 2 more girls, and they died. They unfortunately paid with their lives. The last 2 victims that died were aged 16 and 17. Between all of his victims, he admitted to around 30 kills of women that he victimized. He clearly had deep-seated issues with himself, and it's something that was evident throughout his life. One of the clear indicators of his mental state was he actually had gender dysphoria and believed that he was a woman or wished to be a woman. There's a legend. There's a lot of different things that people use as evidence for this place being haunted. People hear girls in the bathrooms, people hear voices in the trees, they hear screaming, they hear laughing, they hear singing. Lots of different accounts claim different things being heard in this wood from his alleged victims. 4 of the victims that he killed have been recovered, or at least 4 women who clearly had been bound at some point.
In these woods.
In these woods, in this very area. Not necessarily under this tree, but near here. It's believed that if you take a piece of the bark of the tree, the devil no want to give me his due. I cannot take. Everybody took. There. If you take a piece of bark from the tree, something bad will immediately happen to you afterwards.
Oh my God!
So, let's see about. We are Animal Planet. That's a raccoon, guys.